Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Hakuoki Edo Blossoms. And we are starting Nagakura's route today because he's the next in our list. So, alright. Yes. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be very similar. Same stuff, different day. Awesome. That's weird. That's not. Oh. That makes. Wait a minute. That's sad. The one in the guide, it says when you do it, it starts it, and it says that the achievement you get for starting his route is it's 5 o'clock somewhere. But then again, don't we normally get that when we start into the first, not at the prequel chapter? So why do we get the same stuff different day? Is it because we did? I'm wondering if it's just because maybe you get that after a certain point doing the routes, you know what I mean? Because it's like the same stuff different day. Like we've done this. They're like, you've done this like 17 times now. We've already done it 7 times. But well, this is technically the middle if you think about it. So wait, right? 1, 2, 3. Harada was 7. 1, 2. No, because even when we do our route, it was only 6. So I don't know. I'm not sure where that comes from. That's not for. We'll see. I'm pretty sure it's not until we start into his chapter we'll get hit that thing. So I'm not sure what that achievement was for. But hey, it's like, girl, you've played this game too much. I guess that's what it is. Anyway, winter 1864. In order to find my father, with whom I'd lost contact, I, Spacey Yukamura, visited Kyoto. I feel like we should get that same stuff different day every single time we start a new route because we're literally reading the same stuff, but it's just a different day. Like, just to be overly repetitive and kind of funny. Like, in that city, I bore witness to a horrifying secret hidden within a group called the Shinsengumi, the Fury, a creature with white hair and crimson eyes. Luckily, I was saved from the vicious clutches of the Furies by the members of the Shinsengumi. Because I had discovered the Shinsengumi's secrets, it was proposed that I live with the Shinsengumi men, since they were also searching for my father. I was given the position as the commander's page, and thus my life with the Shinsengumi began. Okay, this is slightly worded a little bit different, because they never really say Commander Hijikata's page, blah, 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 and then, like, something. This is slightly worded a little different. I mean, it's the same shit. Different day. But it's worded slightly different this time. I'd heard rumors, well, whispers really, that the Shinsengumi were little more than a bunch of crooked ronin, but my life with them proved otherwise. That's pretty much goddamn the same. Their commitment to protect the safety of Kyoto made them the last of a dying breed. True samurai. It's really sad to the point. By the time we finish this, I'm going to be reciting this shit in my sleep. It set them apart from those who only craved power. While in the Shinsengumi's custody, I was introduced to Shinpachi Nagakura, who led their 2nd Division as one of the group's most talented warriors. He was raised as a well-cultured son of Edo, thus making him an aficionado for fine sake and the art of swordsmanship. It's actually funny that he's a well-cultured son of Edo, and yet he acts like the fucking, like, redneck hillbilly in the middle of the fucking woods, like, let's go get drunk, boys! Isn't it just, it's really fucking funny. Like, I don't get the, oh yes, I have a good appreciation for art. I've been well cultured. He doesn't strike, that just doesn't seem to, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with him being like a drunkard. But like, okay, he's not that bad. But you know what I mean? Like, it just, really, I never would have, when you say that to me, well-cultured son of Edo, I'm like, I'm thinking more son and little kind of, little stuffy, little, you know, smart-ass, smart-alecky, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Nagakura and I developed a close connection over these 4 years, experiencing the Ikeda Inn incident, Hamagori Rebellion, and Aberano Koji incident together. When my first days with the Shinsengumi felt cold and foreign, it was Nagakura who made an effort to warm up to me by smiling and laughing with me. Our situation, however, became increasingly dire. As the country shifted in a tense political conflict, the Shinsengumi served directly under the shogunate, and Nagakura wasn't too thrilled with their direction. Anti-shogunate sentiments were growing intensely through the country, and the war between the shogunate and the Satsuma Choshu seemed inevitable. Then finally, the Battle of Toba Fushimi had begun. It was then that Nagakura consumed the water of life to protect me, sacrificing his humanity to become the thing he had hated most, a fury. The Satsuma and Choshu, however, were victorious, so the Shinsengumi was forced into fleeing Kyoto, the city they called home, and headed for Edo. I mean, he was kind of forced. The water life was forced on him. You know. Either that or maybe you get the same shit, different day. Same stuff, different day. When you're starting the 6th route of having to do Fury stuff. Because it's the same stuff, different day. Or maybe it's after the first route after you do Harada's where it's like, same stuff, different day. You did something different, now you're going back to the same old shit. I don't know. Just curious why it just popped up randomly. It just seems kind of random. January 1868. See, there you go! That's what I was saying. This is when that thing pops up. So, like, I don't know what the other one was, but okay. The Shinsengumi fled to Edo on a shogunate ship, following the Battle of Toba Fushimi, still reeling from the wounds of their crushing defeat. While they regathered, the Shinsengumi resided at the Kama Inn, which was normally frequented by Hamamoto. Not all of their members, however, were present during the proceedings. Both Kondo and Okita were under the careful watch and treatment of Dr. Masumoto and Kanda. A location situated in the castle town surrounding Edo Castle. It is famous for Kanda Shrine, which is where many military units and dojos organize training exercises for martial arts and swordplay. Okay. Saito had been stationed in Yokohama, handling paperwork and tending to our casualties and ill. Since when? All the way in Edo Castle, Hijikata had been engrossed with bureaucratic legwork, working on Kondo's behalf to brief the shogunate on the status of Toba Fushimi. Thus, the only captains present at Kama Inn were Nagakura and Harada. Bosanen and Heisuke led the Fury Corps, but were under strict orders not to make their identities known. You've got to give them credit for, like, being able to fucking hide that many people. They're hiding Sana and Heisuke and a bunch of Furies. Just under the nose as everybody else. Just like, shh, pretend you don't exist. But I do it. No, you don't. But I do. No, you don't. Okay, I don't. Good. That's what I thought. And everybody else that's not a captain is like, so we've got this big building over here. No, we can't use that. What building this is not the building you're looking for. Like, what kind of Jedi mind tricks are these fuckers doing? Like, anyway. Again, shit that I notice randomly in games. Like, what? How do you... You're supposed to just take it, but it's one of those, like, I guess it's just weird. They'll be in their room making no noise and pretending they don't exist. Anyway. With the fate of the Shinsengumi hanging in limbo, all of the remaining warriors staying at the Kama Inn were beginning to question themselves. I don't know who Makoto is. I wonder what'll happen to all of us since we got our asses kicked back in Kyoto. I like that they just give random names and not like Warrior 1, Warrior 2. They're like, let's actually give them names this time. Do they have sprites? Can we date them? And I don't give a fuck what their names are. Warrior 1, Warrior 2. Random dude. I don't know. Now I gotta remember more voices. Fucking, I'm treating it normal. I know, right? I don't know how much longer I can stand around here with nothing to do. This sucks. I know it's the same guy as the first one, and I just gave him 3 different voices, but... Not much time had passed before restlessness took hold of the Shinsengumi men. The mood had dropped to the point that even the captains were beginning to complain regularly. Captain Nagakura, do you have any idea when Chief Kondo will return? What should we do until then? Hell if I know. Sheesh. Just stay put, got it? Nagakura's irate attitude began to intimidate the warriors, who received the message and slowly withdrew themselves from speaking with him. If anyone's got to be told what's going on, it should be me. You didn't have to be such a loudmouth about it, though. I'm sure they're just as worried. Okay, funny thing. So, pause. Obviously, we figured out at the end of Harada's route that the voice actor is the same one who does Lau in Black Butler, and it was really funny because then I was watching Black Butler last night, and there was an episode with Lau in it, and I was just like, this is funny now. Like, it was weird. I'm like, Harada! Ah! This is fun! Anyway. I already know that.
gonna take a nap. Wake me up if something happens, would you?
Hey, Shinpachi, all you do is nap. How do you expect to keep others in line when all you do is sit around on your ass?
Well, you see, ever since Toba Fushimi, I've been having trouble sleeping. Sorry.
Nagakura cut himself short, waving his hand as he spun on his heel and walked towards his bedroom. Harada watched Nagakura leave from his peripherals and sighed, slumping his shoulders. Kinda strange for him, of all people, and not to get a good night's sleep. Do you know anything about that? It is not because of me! You're the one that gave me a bad night's sleep. Oh, well, okay. We're pretending that didn't happen right now? Right, because your best friends are out? Sure. No, I don't know anything. I see. I tried my best to act normal, and it seemed like enough of an innocuous response to give. Part of me felt a pang of relief from Harada's lack of further questioning, but more so I felt guilty for having to lie to him about it. Oh, right. It's because he's a Fury and nobody knows. Right. Okay. I forgot. I was like, if we just went over the. Oh, God. All right. I'm not smart today. Okay. I'm not. Just whatever. We just went over this. Like, he became a Fury, and now I'm like, huh, what? Jesus Christ. Spacey's not smart. If he hasn't said anything to me about it earlier, then maybe it's nothing to worry about. That doesn't make sense. Or maybe it's something terrible. Well, I guess I'll have to wait for him to tell me. I think I have some cleaning to do. That doesn't sound obvious. Yeah, I gotta go clean some shit. Being within range of Harada's probing discussion made me nervous, so I scuttered away hastily. I'd be like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. You just have to trust him. He's your friend. I don't know nothing about nothing. I, of course, knew precisely why Nagakura had trouble sleeping, and why he was exhausted during the day and wide awake at night. It was because he had become a Fury during the Battle of Toba Fushimi in order to save my life. Surely that was the root of his insomnia, back to giving blood. I wish there was something, anything really, that I could do to ease Nagakura's suffering. Back to the routes where they get mad with bloodlust and stab us. That usually happens. In Harada's route, we got killed by Sanan, so that was a first. Well, I mean, no. I think he's killed us before. Why is he always the stabby one? January came and went, plagued by uncertainty that was left unresolved through the whole month. Nothing improved at the Kama Inn, which only seemed to stagnate as time went on. The warriors, however, were different. Their unrest was becoming palpable, manifesting into fits of frustration at every opportunity. One day, tensions finally came to a head. The air may as well have been gunpowder to the flame of the Shinsengumi's disgruntled fervor.
All right, what's the deal with Chief Kondo? Why hasn't he come to speak with us yet? Hey, Nomura, you were the one watching after the chief. Don't you know anything?
I haven't visited him personally, so I don't know.
Huh, so all that means is he doesn't give a rat's ass about us.
How long does he expect us to sit around waiting? I'm pulling my hair out here.
Man, I might as well quit the Shinsengumi and find something else to do.
You know what? Guys, look, I understand. Idle hands, right? Enjoy the peace and quiet while it lasts for not very long.
Hey, you guys! Any of you ever been to Yoshiwara?
You're gonna go visit the men of Yoshiwara? Every time they bring up Yoshiwara, it's just funny to mention that game. We haven't played that yet, but we might. That's in the poll.
Huh, Yoshiwara? Nope, I've only heard stories. Oh man, it's even more fun than Shimabara. Since we're in Edo, we gotta go at least once.
Keep it in your pants, motherfucker. God. You and Harada, you guys are the worst. Why are we dating either one of you? Although Harada's route was great, and we do love him. Although I do find, like, Nagakura's a great, like, pal, like a friend and a human being. I just don't feel this route as much as, like, any other ones. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't. But I think it's just because he's just, you're cool and we could be friends, but I don't want to date you. Also, I just don't see her with him. I don't see her with anybody because she's a fucking potato, but like, whatever. But I see her less with him. I don't know. But, I don't know. Maybe the route will be great. Who knows? I don't think the one in Kyoto Winds was that bad, but I don't remember it very well. Anyway.
Hey, since we're on the subject, let's go. Whoever's ready for a good time, follow me.
I'm ready for a good time.
Are you sure, sir? Hey, I want to go too. Please take me with you. Excuse me, are you guys going to Yoshiwara? Can I tag along?
No.
Yeah, sure. This one's on me, guys. Everyone come with me. Awesome! I'll follow you anywhere, Nagakura.
Wow, kid, keep it in your pants, right? He's my boyfriend.
Wow, I can't believe I'm finally going to Yoshiwara.
It's funnier because I really almost wish we had played the Men of Yoshiwara before getting to this point, because, you know, that's pretty much just about, like, man harems. All of these games are kind of a man harem, if you think about it. But, it's just funnier when they're talking about Yoshiwara, and I'm just like, I didn't know you guys were into that kind of thing. You know, in this universe, it's like, they're going to visit the ladies in the red light district, but I'm still just going to imagine it's a bunch of men in the red light district, and it's like, damn. Boys, I didn't know you swang that way. Swang? Swung? Swing? I don't know. I don't know what the Anyway. I didn't know of other men. Well, you do live in this compound, and there are no women in sight, because, again, I'm a potato. Also, everyone thinks I'm a boy, so whatever. Anyway, after sulking for nearly an entire month, the warriors eagerly followed behind Nagakura, their spirits seemingly restored by his enticing proposal. And this is something that I want to see too. This is why we need another anime that's just all the random stuff. I want to see this. I want to see some weird shenanigans happen that's like funny and it's like not supposed to be that way. And like, Harada, on the other hand, sighed as he shook his head, watching them leave with a smirk. Man, all of them are going with it, huh? What a bunch of chumps. Is it okay for them to be leaving without permission? Especially to Yoshiwara of all places. Well, if we just make them sit around here, then it'll only be a matter of time before they started leaving. In this kind of situation... Oh, wait. Wait. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I don't think that's Nagakura reading that. Okay. Yeah. Wow, game. Tim, stop. Fucking stop. In this kind of situation, sometimes it's better to let Shinpachi handle it. But what's going to happen when Hijikata returns? Yeah, we'll just tell him they went out drinking. Everything will be all right. Well, I'm leaving the house to you. If Hijikata ends up coming back, then try not to say anything about us heading for Yoshiwara. After a curt nod of his head, Harada sprinted off to join the rest of the men heading out into town. I mean, okay. Like, I can't, like, there's a part of me that's like, Harada, how fucking dare you? I know we're not in your path, but we're in Nagakura's path, and what? Why are you? I get it. You're trying to keep the guys occupied, but... You know, do you have to take one for the team, bro? Like, you got a woman right here, motherfucker. The hell? The hell? I don't appreciate that. Look, if you're gonna go to, like, a strip club, you better take my ass with you. But I don't know what you're doing out there, because I'm just guessing it's not a strip club. Don't oogle all the other ladies. Oh, wait, you can't get ladies. Never mind. You know what? It's fine. Harada's gonna get them all. I'm fine with this. What? Now Harada's going too? What would I do if Hijikata were to return? As Harada had suggested. Run away. Grab him and kiss him. That'll shut him up. My hands were wrapped around my head as I stood there frantically, unsure of what to do. Well, if you're going to stand like that, then Hijikata's going to show up and he's going to know something's wrong. So just go sweep or something. Hide in your room. I hadn't seen or heard from Nagakura and the rest of the men who'd left for Yoshiwara in days. Days? Jesus! According to Harada, this trip served as a morale booster from anxious stirring in the compounds. Or at least so he says. When I thought about it, however, I was in no real position to judge them for wanting an escape. But it's been days! Do you just mean, like, they came back and you haven't seen them since? Or, like, they've been gone in Yoshiwara for days? Like, shit, you should be worried. Hey, honey, I'm going out with the boys. Okay, days later. That's not normal. Still, it left a bitter taste in my mouth. More than anything, I was chiefly concerned with Nagakura's well-being. Was it okay for him to drink for 4 days straight in his condition? Surely his body was still adjusting to its new nocturnal sleeping patterns, right? Just as I was caught up in thinking about Nagakura... Fuck. Please be Sanin. Damn it! When she's like, just when I was like, it's gonna be Hijikata, and I was like, no, wait, please be Sanin. Please be Sanin. We can handle that. Fuck. Shit, I'm in trouble. Hey,
Where'd all our men go? Where's Shinpachi and Arata? Who? It was Hijikata, fresh from his return from Edo Castle, standing beside the entryway staring at me. This is when you're like, I don't know? Who? Who are you? I seem to have amnesia. Oh, you see, they all say they were going out, so they left. Hijikata furrowed his brow, deciding he'd heard enough and caught the gist of my message. You're like, they went out. Where are they? Not here. That's the truth. Bet you anything those buffoons are out drinking. I suppose it means I should just wait till they get back. Sure. A sense of panic gripped me. Was it better for them if I had told him the truth? But at the same time, Arata insisted that I wasn't to tell Hijikata anything about where they'd went. No one else seems to be around, so I assume Shinpachi took them out, did he not? Well, Hijikata curled his lips, reading my hesitancy to speak as an affirmation, and I watched his fist tighten in annoyance. A little bit of drinking is fine, but just what the hell is he thinking? Taking all of our men with him? I know. God, how much money does he have to pay for all of them for 4 days? Well, I mean, there was only 5 of them that went, but... they only left a second ago. I'm sorry. I'll go look for them immediately. Despite having no idea of where to begin searching for them, I rushed out of Kama Inn. She'd be like, Hijikata, would you happen to know where Yoshiwara is? I mean, I'm not saying they went there. I'm just, as far as I remembered, Nakakura and the rest of the men were still in Yoshiwara. But how in the world was I going to trek from Shinagawa all the way to Yoshiwara? I know, right? Can we get a map to show me what that is? Because I don't know. I stood outside of Kama Inn with my mouth agape until someone's voice broke my concentration. Oh, hey, Spacey. Did you come on just a great little old me? How sweet of you. I would shake him and be like, I'm gonna get in trouble, you motherfucker! Anyway, Arata, you're back! But wait, Nakakura isn't with you? Nope. He's probably still stumbling out there, drinking his ass off around the neighborhood. Why do you ask? Did something happen? Yes? That's terrible news! Hijikata's back! Ah, shit! I don't like the sound of that. Let's split up and look for Shinpachi. Okay. I told him you just went out seconds ago! Arata briefed me on some of the surrounding locales in Shinagawa, so I poked my head into a nearby bar. Where have they been sleeping? It's 4 days. Is he sleeping in the road? Like, what the actual fuck? What is going... Dude, just then, my ear caught the sound of a familiar voice. All right, pal. I already told you that it was my scabbard that bumped into you. Just a little bit. Did you say just a little bit? Do you have any idea of what a katana's capable of, you idiot? No, that was just way too fucking dumb, but whatever. From the corner of my eye, I saw Nakakura red-faced and incensed in a shouting match with a group of samurai inside of the bar. Oh, great. You know what, Spacey? Cut your losses. I ran up to his side, pulling at his kimono. Nakakura, we're in trouble. No, Spacey, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Wow, you said the you with a little too much emphasis like you're pissed at me. You know what? I'm gonna smack that look off your face. This route's fun. We're in so much fucking trouble. Hijikata's returned to Kama Inn. You need to return at once. What? Hijikata's back at the inn. Damn it. He's gonna lay into us. I'll go with you. Yeah, you fucking better. Nagakura's expression dropped, and he was turning around to dart out of the bar with me. The men he'd been arguing with had other ideas. Hey, wait. You're just gonna run off like that? Yeah, douche. I'm not running off. I got urgent business. You just mentioned Hijikata, didn't you? Don't tell me you're one of those Shinsengumi men who got their asses kicked all the way in Kyoto. Hey. At least I had an ass to kick. What do you got nothing. You didn't do shit, loser. And what if I were? Your embarrassing show at Toba Fushimi was like spitting in all of our faces. Just how the hell do you plan on making it up to all of us? I don't see you out there fighting for your life, you motherfucker. Spacey should drink more when she plays. I don't have a drink. I should have a drink because it's gonna make me angry. You probably ran off in Kyoto just like you're running off now. Shame on you for coming here and getting drunk. Don't you have any pride? A real man would have committed seppuku. Pfft, who knows if he really even served out there? That sword's just for show, I bet. Nagakura faced the floor, taking in all of their mockery quietly before deciding he'd had enough. No. The hell did you just say to me? You want to put your money where your mouth is? Heh, looks like the dog can bark too. Let's go.
The drunken samurai unsheathed their swords, and so too did Nagakura. Oh my god, we're in so much trouble. Nagakura, no! But Nagakura hadn't acknowledged my plea, glaring angrily at his opponents instead of obliging me. Instead of oogling me. Wait, what? Instead of obliging me.
All right, whenever you're ready. Come on, you bastard. You son of a... I'll show you. Ta!
I don't care about their voices. That doesn't matter. The sound of a shriek filled the bar as the samurai swung his katana horizontally at Nagakura's head. Without flinching, Nagakura bobbed his head to dodge the katana, which had just grazed against his cheek, producing a small trickle of blood from the slit.
No, come on. You can't expect to kill anyone with footwork like that, tough guy. If you're gonna try and kill a man, you gotta step in more. Try to crack some skulls open, like this.
Nagakura, stop! Nagakura's eyes glowed sadistically as he aimed his katana for the samurai's head when... Uh-oh. Oh, God. When I was like, Hichikata's gonna get... Dad caught us!
Put your goddamn sword away, Shinpachi.
Hichikata's shout echoed in the room.
Huh? Oh, Hichikata. Hichikata, is that him?
Yes, the beautiful one. He's like, he looks... That's not real. He's too hot to be real. I know, right? Both of the samurai turned pale as they recognized Hichikata's face, which was seething angrily.
I guess I'll let you off easy, just this once.
All Hichikata do is walk in with a pissed off look, and they're like, because he's scary. With that, the two men scurried out of the bar. Such a marshmallow. You're such a marshmallow. I can't wait for his round. Nagakura quietly sheathed his sword back into his scabbard, hanging his head low as he walked in front of Hichikata sullenly.
So, what now? You gonna punish me because I broke the rules of conduct? Well, whatever, man. It's not like I got anything to lose at this point.
Ow.
I'm not mad at you for taking our soldiers out for a drink. Can't blame you for that. Sorry for putting all the responsibility on you lately.
We're all like, wait, Hichikata, what? Nagakura's eyes widened in surprise, stupefied by the empathy in Hichikata's response.
Huh? Well, I guess I feel pretty crummy for taking everyone out without asking you first. I never said that you couldn't drink, but don't go out picking fights. Be careful, you imbecile. Yeah, okay. I'll be careful. How's that cut on your face? Does it hurt? I have some ointment on me. Go ahead and apply some.
You got fucking magic pockets? Probably. Kimonos look like they probably have lots of pockets. Unless you're a woman, then they got nothing.
Nah, this ain't nothing. I'll just rub some spit on it and it'll be fine. Good as new.
This kind of shit is why I can't, like, he's so like a well-mannered... What? Wait, what? What? No! You are so dive bar redneck. Dive bars are great, though. They have the best food, but still. I watched Hichikata's expression morph into bewilderment as he stared at Nagakura's cut.
Hey, what the hell? Looks like your injury's all sealed up. What's going on here? Huh? Well, you have some explaining to do when we get back.
Hichikata responded sternly before marching out of the room, heading back towards Kama Inn. You know what's funny? We're inside of a fucking bar when he whipped out the shorts, and everybody else is like, oh, goddamn samurai again. It's like... Nagakura...
Everything's okay. Don't worry about a thing.
Nagakura's insistence wasn't exactly convincing me, but he kept his head low while sauntering out of the bar to follow Hichikata. I mean, he literally just got yelled at by his mom in the middle of a bar. Oops. Clicked the wrong button. By the time we returned to Kama Inn, the rest of the captains were already gathered together. Hichikata was standing tall in front of Nagakura, and beside him were Harada, Sanan, and Hisuke. And then, me. With everyone gathered together, Hichikata began his relentless inquisition toward Nagakura.
It was Gen who gave me the water of life. I'd been shot up pretty bad, and I had no idea if I was going to make it or not. It's not my fault.
Spacey, you were with Gen, weren't you? Were you able to see anything when it was happening?
Well, Hold up. She might have been in the vicinity when it all went down, but I'm the one who drank it.
Well, you were also passed out and didn't really have a choice, but Gen's the one who did it. But anyway. Judging from the circumstances, I have confidence that it was indeed Inoue who possessed this serum.
Well, yeah, I already said that, Poindexter. What use do any of you have in doubting me?
I love that, Poindexter. See what I mean? Like, they asked Nagakura how he obtained the water of life and his reasons for having drunk it at all. Over and over, Nagakura was forced into lines of questioning that only served to frustrate him. Seriously, what happened? Why? And why were you lying about it? Why didn't you tell us is the question. Not, why did you drink it? You know, it's not like he's the only one here. Their conversation was going in circles.
Well, what's done is done. Nothing else we can do at this point. But you're forbidden from going out.
We will deliberate on what shall come of you soon. Until then, I suggest you exercise patience.
Come on, Hijikata! Sonnen! It's no fair!
Hijikata and Sonnen had scrunched mouths as if they were scolding a young child before exiting the room. Oh, Mom and Dad are pissed at you now. Wait, which one's Mom and which one's Dad? Because I just called Hijikata before Mom and then Dad. But... oh, God. I don't know. Whichever parent Sonnen is, he's kind of the deadbeat one. He's like the mom who pays no attention because he's too busy, I have kids because they're like a great accessory sometimes, but I don't want to deal with them. Hijikata's like the overbearing parent.
What are you doing? I have to stop you from fighting. I'm yelling at you in the bar.
It's kind of cute, actually.
Shin, it hasn't sunk in for you that you're a Fury yet, has it?
You know, I had a feeling you were hiding something from me. I didn't expect you to be a Fury. Considering how loudly you declared your hatred for the Furies, I don't blame you for not telling us, but...
screw all you for running your mouths and pretending you know anything about it.
Fumes were practically escaping Nagakura's head as he yelled at them, and both Harada and Heisuke shook their heads before taking their leave as well. I wonder how this is going to make this route differ from all the other routes where Harada and Nagakura kind of leave together, because Nagakura wasn't a Fury in any of those. Just thought of that. As for me, I couldn't bear to leave Nagakura alone at this point in time, so I lingered for a moment with him. On the record, Nagakura had reportedly drunk the water of life of his own volition. The truth, however, was that Inoue forced him into drinking it while Nagakura was on the cusp of death, all for the purpose of keeping me safe. Of course, Nagakura was unwilling to divulge that crucial tidbit of information, and instead lied about it all and said he drank it of his own accord. Why wouldn't you? I would just be like, just tell them the truth. Inoue did it to save your life and me, and yeah, it wasn't the nicest thing you could do, but in a way, it's like he did it with the best intentions. You know what I mean? He's like, I can save 2 people, or we can all die here. You know what I'm saying? So there weren't many ways to comfort him, so I said, I'm sorry.
Was lying really the best option?
Okay, when you read them without the guide, it's kind of obvious. I'm sorry. The only reason why you're in the situation that you're in is because you had to protect me.
It's fine. Gen's dying wish was for me to keep you safe. So at the time, it was most important for me to honor it.
All of a sudden, Nagakura's demeanor shifted, affecting a warm, somber tone with doe eyes.
At the end of it all, the only reason I'm even standing here right now is because I'm a Fury.
But
you're like a little sister to me.
Oh, well, wow. Dude, that makes this route really weird now.
So it's sure to have to say yes to your older brother.
You're like a little sister to me. Really? Really still, after 4 years, you haven't admitted your feelings yet? Wow, dude. Wow. Harada is literally the only one in touch with his feelings.
Besides, I made a vow to Gen that I'd make sure nothing ever harms you.
Of course. The folds in Nagakura's face seemed to relax, and I smiled back at him as her anxieties melted away. After a few hours of deliberation, Nagakura's fate had been decided by Hijikata and Sonnen. And just as we decided, he was ordered to serve with the Fury Corps as one of its captains. There's 3 captains for the Fury Corps. And Harada's like, and just one of me for everyone else. Jesus. Until further notice, Nagakura was tasked with guarding the infirmary where Kondo had been receiving treatment. Nagakura, rather begrudgingly, had no choice but to accept his duty. As such, it only took a few days for Nagakora's spirits to descend into an acrid state. On one particular morning, I heard Nagakora stomp back into Kama Inn from a day of patrolling.
Man, why are they having me waste my time guarding Kondo? Supposed to be some big shot. Is he supposed to be some big shot?
What do you expect, man? Kondo was shot in the shoulder, and we're Furies, you know?
The hell does that have to do with me? So now we're meat shields for him just because we're Furies? Jeez, we're still human beings.
Still human beings, huh? Shin, you haven't experienced it yet, have you?
It? What are you talking about?
No, nothing. Well, in any case, here, if things get rough, take this medicine. Heisuke pulled something out from his pocket, wrapped in parchment, and handed it to Nagakora.
Huh? What's the medicine for? Wait, is this for reducing those cravings for blood? Fuck that! I'm never gonna go mad with bloodlust.
You also said you were never gonna become a Fury, and look where you are now, so. Also, that's our next choice. So I'm just like, right when he's like, oh, you haven't experienced it yet. That's about to happen. You already knew that. Nagakora flippantly threw the medicine to the ground. In a panic, I rushed to pick it up and run after him, but Nagakora had already stormed out of the room. Spacey, sorry to ask, but would you mind holding on to that for him? If anything happens to Shin, just make him take it. Okay, got it. I mustered a timid nod, grasping onto the thin hope that such a time would never come. But it's about to. Later that evening, Nagakora, who normally would have been active at this hour of night, was holed up in his room. I became nervous imagining the possibilities. Nagakora, are you awake? No response. Perhaps he's just resting, I wondered to myself. If he was, then I would have to wake him. Just as I reached my hand out to open the door, suddenly someone was moving behind the sliding door, startling me into a frightening flinch.
Oh, what are you doing in there? I don't want to know. I'm awake, but now's not really a good time. You think you could just leave me alone for...
A pained scream howled from inside the room, which caused me to barge in instinctively. So,
now's not a good time. I'm dying.
Excuse me, Nagakora, I'm coming in. Inside, I saw Nagakora on the floor, his arms desperately wrapped around his chest as he dug his nails into the fabric of his kimono in pain. He barely has any fabric on him to dig his nails into, is all I'm saying. He gnashed his teeth, moaning uncontrollably as thick beads of sweat dripped from his forehead. My worst fears were being realized when I saw the white in his hair and the scarlet in his wide eyes. I immediately understood what was happening. This was bloodlust. The Fury's bloodlust. Either they satisfy their animalistic cravings, or they suffer immense pain until their minds are torn apart. But in the place of blood, all I had to help him was the medicine given to me by Heisuke. Nagakora likely wouldn't have accepted neither blood nor medicine, but time was running out. I give him blood. Make him suffer! You need blood, right, Nagakora? Please drink my blood.
I couldn't do that. No way in hell could I do that to you.
I ignored Nagakora's refusal, and I pulled my collar back slightly to expose my neck to him. Damn, girl. Some people, she's like, here, drink out of my hand. Here's my fingertip, and she's like, take my neck. She's like whipping her clothes off. Jeez. You saved me, Nagakora, so now it's my turn to save you. I'm a demon, so whatever wounds I have will heal soon. So please, drink my blood. I pleaded with Nagakora, watching his face scrunch before he relented, nodding in humble defeat.
Spacey, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just have one favor to ask you, though. I need you to turn and face the other way. I can't let you see me like this.
Okay, I won't look. As I spun around, I felt the chill of someone staring at me intently from a place I couldn't see. Slowly, the trickle of Nagakora's breath ran along the length of my neck. A hesitant kind of yearning. She didn't slice herself open. Does he just bite her? Like, and then a prick. Okay. A piercing sensation sank into my neck. At first, it was just a dull pain, and the moist warmth of his soft, eager lips. Nagakora lapped at the drips of blood sliding along my skin with urgency, making sure not to miss any. Keeps you clean. An unfamiliar sensation trickled throughout my body, as if I could feel every subtle movement of his lips, his breath, and his tongue down my spine. It felt more ticklish than painful, and I nearly needed to cover my mouth to refrain from laughing. That's pretty fucking hilarious. So she's like, what? I'm sorry, it just tickles. This is funny. Like,
Spacey, please, please forgive me.
it's okay. Please don't hold back. Just drink up. It's the least I could do for you. Nagakura responded wordlessly, the tight pull of his fingertips gripping me with more fervor. I was sinking into his firm embrace, bit by bit. With each of Nagakura's deep sips, I imagined that I was catering to some primal need of his, taking satisfaction in doing something to soothe him. Eventually, Nagakura's grip loosened entirely. Unlike earlier, his breathing settled into a stable rhythm, which was comforting to me. Please, feel free to rest on me if it hurts again.
No, I can't let this happen again.
Look, the hole in my skin is already sealed up, and I'm more than happy to help you in the future.
Well, I'm sorry, but thanks.
Nagakura frowned sheepishly, perhaps still turning over the mixture of feelings in his mind repeatedly. February 1868. What? Does it say February? I wasn't looking, I was moving the guide up. February 1868. To our fortune, a Hatamoto mansion was graciously provided for the Shinsengumi's new headquarters. Up until this point, the Shinsengumi had often used inns or rented establishments to house their men, but now it was all theirs, much to everyone's delight.
Oh, wow. Pretty swanky joint if I say so myself.
And they're really giving a huge mansion like this for all of the Shinsengumi to use as their headquarters?
Of course. You see how hard we're busting our asses out there for the shogunate? Ain't that right, Sano?
Yeah, and not too shabby.
All I'm worried about is, if it's this big, cleaning it'll take much longer. You gonna be okay, Spacey?
Yeah, woman's work. I'll do the best that I can. Leave it all to me. Will I be doing all of the cleaning alone, though?
Don't worry, I'll be here to lend you a hand.
A sincere sense of joy exuded from Nagakura's face, which brought a smile to my face in kind. For a while, the burden of his new affliction seemed to trouble him, along with the new, rather unglamorous task of watching after Kondo, but all in all, the stroke of luck was a step in a positive direction for the Shinsengumi during a time when hope was becoming a rare currency for our men. Kondo's back. Took some time, but we finally moved all of our men and armaments from the Kama Inn into our brand new accommodations. Kondo had miraculously made a full recovery, and now made his long-awaited return to our new headquarters, about to tell us we're going to Kofu. All of the warriors were grouped together in the hall, bound by an anticipatory energy to see their leader in the flesh for the first time in a few months. It does, you know what it is? I feel like it's like, that's why we get the thing like, same shit, different day, because it literally is. It's like the same. It's getting to the point where I'm like, oh god, this is why it's nice in Kyoto Winds we can skip through all the shit we read. We basically skip through everything. But here, we're basically reading the same thing over and I mean, it's slightly it's different, but it's basically the same shit. Really is the same shit over and over, and you're like, we're doing this again. It's really the first chapter that's basically the same. Sometimes into the second chapter when they do Kofu, and then like, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's this first introductory chapter that's just like, oh my god, it's the same shit. Like,
well, gentlemen, I apologize for worrying all of you. Thankfully, I welcome you all with great news. We, the esteemed Shinsengumi, have been tasked with guarding Kofu Castle under shogunate orders.
Yada, yada, yada. Yeah! Sorry. The yay was just almost as good. Not quite. Not quite the caliber of fucking, like, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Like, there was much rejoicing. Yay. Yay. Start. Oh, God.
So, along with our new duty, I've been awarded a new name for my promotion to the rank of Hatamoto. From now on, I'm Tsuyoshi Okubo.
Blah, blah, blah. No, you're not. You're Kondo.
To avoid any confusion, however, all you're free to continue referring to me as Kondo.
Could you imagine if they changed all of a sudden in the game and they were talking about Lord Okubo? You'd be like, oh! Oh, right, it's Kondo. I feel like they did that in one route, though, and it was only until we got into I was like, wait, what? Anyway.
Chief Kondo, sir. So what's that mean for us to guard Kofu?
He sounded like he was coming from way back.
Ah, excellent question. Firstly, we're to occupy the vacant Kofu Castle and fortify it to prevent any advance from the Imperial Army. In accordance with this, Shinsegumi's name will be changed to the Koyo Regulatory Company. If our efforts are successful and we hold Kofu Castle, they'll give us 1,000,000 cups of rice. Then, they'll make me a daimyo. Can you believe it?
That's amazing, Chief Gondo! In the corner of the room, Nagakura was listening with his arms crossed, looking disengaged despite hearing Kondo's electrifying speech.
That's some bullshit. So, he decided without consulting us, did he?
Hey, I'm sure he and Hijikata talked it over.
Well, then again, everyone else is pretty pumped about it. Guess it's better than doing nothing around here.
Oh, you're gonna have to do nothing around here. You're right. It's been a while since I've seen our warriors this excited about anything. Yay, we get to fight and kill people! After the buzz settled, the soldiers left the hall to return to their rooms, leaving the captains behind.
So, saw for years. Who'd it come from? Well, I came from Lord...
Awano Kamikatsu? Okay.
Who's currently serving in place of Lord Yoshinobu at Edo Castle. Why do you ask?
Their voices sound exactly the same now. I don't know what fucking happened. Awano Kamikatsu. President of the Tokugawa Shogunate and the President of the Military Affairs later. He's given the responsibility to represent Yoshinobu and the Tokugawa clan. He is in support of the allegiance.
Katsu? Isn't he one of the highest ranking officers in the old Shogunate Guard? Why would he tell you to protect Kofu? Well, Kofu is a strategic location, and holding it from the Imperial Army would demonstrate our position and the chance we mobilize another war.
And the chance we mobilize another... Okay, I don't know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, political talk, I don't care.
So, if we hope to have any chance of participating in the war front, it's imperative that we take Kofu.
Oh, you're gonna fuck it up for everybody.
Hope it all goes swimmingly.
Nagakura pursed his lips into a forlorn expression. Their voices are sounding way too similar, and they never used to. Did they? Were they always like that? I don't know. I'm losing my ability to do this. Sensing the awkward vibe in the room, Hijikata summoned Soma to bring something to us.
This time around, we're gonna blast those bastards with plenty of firepower and cannons. So look alive. This is your new uniform.
Soma had a stack of folded clothing in his arms, which we later realized were new Western uniforms. Which is funny, because before their uniform was literally just like, here's like a coat I put on over my normal clothes. And now it's like they got uniforms that look absolutely nothing alike. So okay, you know what? I understand, though. Because if they dressed them all the same, it wouldn't be any fun. Like, theoretically, your uniforms would all look the same. It could be different depending on rank. But in this case, they're all different, because otherwise, if they drew them all the same, and then we'd be like, wait, who's who again? They need to have different personalities in their outfits. Thank you. Thank you, people who drew this game, for thinking of us. And our eyeballs.
The hell is that? You expect me to wear Western clothes now? I can't be seen in that.
Please put it on.
Enough of your bitching and just wear it. Anyone who doesn't isn't coming with us to Kofu, clear?
Nagakura, Harada, and Heisuke were all awestruck by Hijikata's claim, staring at one another in shock. However, perhaps fearing being left behind, they all grabbed a set of clothing and left to change. Nagakura comes out. I think I got Heisuke's! Sizes, too. Anyway, I patiently waited for them to return, and then... See, we're getting this in Chapter 1, though. I found myself pleasantly surprised by the fit of their new uniforms, and all of them were sporting a new hairstyle as well. Well, not Nagakura, it's pretty different. It took me aback to see how differently they had appeared in their Western attire, how it hugged their bodies so tightly, unlike Japanese clothing, right? Yeah. Oh my god. Of course. Oh my god, I love this CG! I love it. Look at the look on his face. He's so proud of himself. Okay, wow. Wow, that's the best. Okay, I'm sorry, but I wish every single fashion show reveal like this, like the makeover reveal, was like this, and they had like a nice new CG of them like in their uniform. Okay, nobody was quite as cocky as he was, but I wish everybody else had one like this, because that would have been great. Anyway.
What do you think, Spacey? Do I look good? Do I look good?
Nagakura was flexing playfully in front of me, feeling out the range of movement in his uniform. I just love the look on his face. The fabric made his frame look slender, yet muscular,
revealing to me dimensions of his body in ways that were unknown to me when he wore kimonos. Damn, Spacey. Girl, simmer down. So that's how Westerners dress. Not so bad once you actually try it on. It's nowhere near as floppy as a kimono, which I guess is a big help on the battlefield. Basically, when there's bullets flying at me, you best believe I'll be able to dodge them. Rather than using sashes to hold the clothing together, their uniforms were adorned with ornate buttons and belts. Belts atop skin-tight black fabric. Skin-tight black fabric. They're getting way too sexified. Like, skin-tight and lots of buttons and buckles. Yeah. Every single time when we do this and we talk about the tight-fitting clothes, it's just so funny to me because it just sounds so like, it sounds so naughty. It's not like tight-fitting clothing. It's like tight-fitting clothing. This one really was fan servicing. Like at this point, they're like, but the fact is, this was all one big game. This was all one game, and they split it up. And but they're like, I swear, they were like, we're gonna get to, you know what? Let's do some shit at the bottom. Let's throw some shit at the end. Like, it was a chic look, blending Japanese colors with a modern twist, and the overall effect being that of a very dashing group of soldiers. Japanese colors. Well, I'm assuming like maybe they're like family. I don't know, but it's like black. I didn't know that was a Japanese color. My first reaction to Nagakura's uniform was, isn't it a little tight, girl? What? Who would answer that? If we didn't have a guide, would be, isn't it a little tight? Shh. Don't question it. Just enjoy it. Who in their right mind would complain about that? Yes, it looks fantastic. Right? Really hugs on my muscles, don't you think? This is almost as good as fucking Harada coming up. I'm like, wow, my buttons are so tight. Let me just unbutton some of them. I'll have you pinned against a tree. What is with you? Oh, I really just wish they all got a little like overly like this with the CGs and everything. We missed out on so many of the guys having like sexy CGs in their uniforms. Just disappointed. Nagakura was giddy, bouncing around the hall in glee at how snugly the uniform fit his body. Man, I should have worn these sooner. Too bad you didn't get a uniform either, Spacey. Oh, and no need to worry about me. I'd be of no use in the war, so I'm fine with what I'm wearing. But just imagine it. A Western outfit would look so good on you. Yeah, I didn't think Nagakura had meant anything by what he'd said, but it was enough for me to blush. No, you're right. You're adorable just the way you are, so you don't need these to look good, right, Spacey? Or not. Perhaps my first inclination was correct. Why else would he be complimenting me so nonchalantly to my face? Seeing Nagakura react so excitedly was enough for me, though, and I took solace in his bright face, which I had grown so accustomed to seeing. CG is so fucking great. The Shinsengumi were hastily gathering all of their preparation days ahead of their departure to Kofu. I seized this opportunity to visit my childhood home in Edo, where I hadn't been in over 4 years. Since returning to Edo, I hadn't visited once, and if I were to leave with them to Kofu, this likely would be my last chance to do so in relative peace. It was strange having to cull myself into going to where I used to call home, so I made up my mind. Accompanying me on this brief journey was Nagakura. Yep. Nagakura, thank you so much for suggesting to come along with me like this. I know the sun's still out this afternoon, so is it okay for you to join me? Yep, totally fine. In fact, gotten pretty used to being out and about in the daytime anyway. Sonnen and Heisuke are wussies, saying the sun's too bright, so they're all holed up in their bedrooms. But not me. I'm totally fine. I mean, if all you can do is move at night, then we'll never make it all the way to Kofu, so don't worry at all about me. Nagakura's unbridled enthusiasm made denying his offer to join me impossible, so the two of us set off in good spirits. It's kind of like they just gave him a new outfit and he's a whole new girl. That's not how it feels. He beamed in ways unseen since our initial return to Edo, only days after the revelation of his fury form came to light to the rest of the Shinsengumi. Yet nothing seemed forced, and I genuinely sensed that he was regaining a part of himself that he'd lost. I only hoped that it would continue. Oh, look! The house is still standing. Honestly, I almost expected it to have burned down by now. Gazing at the house, unkempt and overgrown with shrubbery after 4 years of neglect, induced a feeling of déjà vu.
I almost couldn't believe it.
Ah, so this is your house, huh, Spacey? From the outside, it totally looks like a clinic.
It is a clinic.
Does he mean it totally looks like a clinic?
Maybe I read that with the wrong inflection, because I was like,
Totally looks like a clinic.
it is one. What? No. Okay. Yeah, I get what he's saying. I read it with the wrong inflection and the wrong parts. Okay. Entering through the front door, we saw a plume of dust kick up from the floor, covering every inch of my home's interior. There was nothing wrong with that. Look. I got dust everywhere. It's fine.
Looks like this place has been abandoned.
I don't think anyone's been inside of here since I left, which was 4 years ago.
Well, then someone's watching out for you if no one's touched your house in all that time.
Yeah, sometimes luck really finds me. I was no stranger to stories of fires or thieves ravaging homes in the Edo countryside. Leaving a house unattended for 4 years was painting a target on its back, essentially to danger. My eyes shifted between stacks of cluttered books and research notes scattered along the floor, which evoked memories of days spent alongside my father. Seems only I've returned to Edo between us both. I wondered where he could be at this very moment. Suddenly I heard the creak of the door sliding open.
Huh? Who's there?
Oh, that's what I was wondering if it was going to, when she was saying, huh, no one's here.
Quite presumptuous of you to barge into my home and demand my identity.
The man whom Nagakura directed his harsh tone was none other than Father, of all people. Father, is that really you?
You're Kodo? Spacey, and you must be Nagakura of the Shinsengumi. What a surprise to have found you both here. And now I'm pleased to have dropped by at all.
Where have you been all this time, Father? What have you been doing? So do we not know that Father's an evil son of a bitch in this? I don't remember which ones we know and which ones we don't, so.
Seriously? You just went and disappeared 4 years ago in Kyoto. So what gives? 4 years have passed already since then, have they? I've been beckoned west by a certain domain. Unfortunately, my travels hindered my ability to communicate, and making it difficult to keep in touch.
Yeah, sure.
Spacey, I have been aware for some time that you've been under the custody of the Shinsengumi's care. I've finally regained my freedom. First I traveled to Kyoto searching for you, and then I tracked you here. You have no idea how relieved I am to have located you in Edo as quickly as I have.
Oh, I see. But if you knew that I was with the Shinsengumi, then you should have visited their headquarters.
The thought crossed my mind, but I figured the Shinsengumi would only become an obstacle. In that time, I've been reflecting on the best course of action, but here you are. The time has come for you to return to Kyoto with me.
Nagakura chimed in, interrupting Father's friendly proposition in annoyance.
Wait a minute. What are you saying? That we'd become an obstacle? I meant exactly what I said. You have my thanks for keeping my daughter safe, but your watch is no longer necessary.
Father, you shouldn't say it like that. We should visit the headquarters at least once. And don't you think it'd be good to say hello? Okay, so we don't know, clearly.
We haven't neither the time nor the luxury of that. You're returning to Kyoto with me, and that's final.
But why? Kyoto is under the control of the Sasuma Choshu now. What's waiting for us there?
Isn't it obvious? Your marriage to Lord Kazama is imminent, and the sooner we arrange it, the better.
Kazama? Was it the same one that I knew? What? How do you know Kazama, Father? Wait, shouldn't you be like, wait, also, by the way, I'm a demon? What the fuck, dude? You know what I mean? Like, that's the first... Hey! Have you been lying to me? We're fucking demons? What the hell? What the hell, bro? You know what I mean?
Do you get it? They're in cahoots.
Hey, don't yell at me.
Hey, Kodo, you better tell us how you two know each other, or I'm gonna beat it out of you.
Nagakura stretched his arm out to grab Father's lapel, but he was too slow.
Huh? Where'd he go?
Ah! Behind you! In the blink of an eye, Father appeared behind Nagakura's back. I know we're at like a time, but we're gonna wait till this ends.
My powers may be inferior to a demon's, But rest assured I am more than capable of handling a human. If you're going to threaten me, then bring it.
Bring it. Oh, yeah. First of all. Demon. So you're a demon too, Father?
Lord Kazama's spoken to you, has he not? The Yukamura clan is a proud group of demons.
There's only 3 of us left.
Since you're a demon, Kodo, I'm not gonna go easy on you, even with our history.
Nagakura unsheathed the sword on his hip. Nagakura!
Don't worry, I won't kill him. Just gonna teach him a lesson.
Nagakura flipped the katana in his hands and lunged toward my father at breakneck speed. His sword, however, failed to reach its target, missing Father's body by inches. Oh, come on.
God damn it! The hell's going on? Is this the same Shinsengumi that Lord Kazama struggled to defeat? An utter disappointment. With how zealously you boast about your technique, I am unsurprised by the Shinsengumi for wanting to depend on the Furies, I would say. But perhaps that's the pitfall of humanity, always falling short of what demons and Furies can achieve.
Are you saying that I'm no match compared to you and the rest of those demon bastards? Oh, Nagakura fell hook, line, and sinker for Father's scathing taunts, and I could only gasp as I saw his hair and eyes change color in an instant.
Ah, I see. So you have drunk the water of life and become a Fury as well, eh, boy? You know, I was listening to you earlier, but now you're just talking a bunch of crap. Grr, I hadn't expected such strength from you.
Yeah. Really? Have you seen his muscles? He looks pretty strong to me. Thanks to his new abilities, Nagakura's technique and speed were enhanced tenfold, making him too much for Father to handle alone. We know I can't read. I'm not even going to bother.
I see. So perhaps allowing a captain of the Shinsengumi to become a Fury is problematic. Nagakura, you're quite the Fury specimen, and I believe one day you could surpass even a demon. I told you not to call me that.
Father ignored Nagakura's livid exclamation and instead shifted his gaze over to me. Joining their voices hurts me greatly.
I think it's best for us to leave it here for now. I shall come for you another time, my child.
Hold it right there, you bastard! Nagakura slashed at where Father had been standing, but Father vanished like smoke in front of our eyes. Realizing that his foe had escaped him, Nagakura reverted back to his normal form, slumping his shoulders in defeat. Nagakura!
I didn't become a Fury because I wanted to. I never asked to become a Fury for any of this.
He shouted until his throat was sore. His cries echoed all around us, like his heart was fighting to break free from his chest. Are you going to comfort him? Pat? Hug him? No CG for that? No, really? Okay, just going to let it go. Just going to... Done? Good? Okay. Anyway, this is a good place to stop because I'm thinking this is, start of chapter 2. So anyway, March 1868, chapter 2. We're going to wrap this part up here. Oh, look, Raikofu. Anyway, so I will wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.